Now let's move to the second pillar of happiness. This second pillar of happiness is non-comparison. Let's see कैसे this pillar is one of the most firm and important pillars when it comes to happiness. Sometimes or the other, we all feel insufficient. We all feel emptiness. We all feel कि कुछ ना कुछ तो कमी है. There is some अधूरापन in our lives. And ये usually तब होता है when we are sitting alone or we have, time for thinking about these deep things. हम खुद से जरूर ये सवाल करते हैं कि why, despite having everything, why do I feel alone? And usually we do not get any answer. But let me answer this question for you today. It is because of comparison. क्योंकि कभी भी नोटिस करना, the moment we compare ourselves or anything that we have with somebody else, there is this constant and immediate feeling of emptiness, a feeling of a sense of lack, a sense of inferiority that, comes over. And we feel that we lack somewhere in our lives. And it doesn't stop there. Comparison is such a thing which doesn't come alone, right? It comes with the feeling of jealousy. It comes with the feeling of inferiority. It comes with the feeling of competitiveness, criticism, and everything. And all these things, all these feelings occupy so much of our mental space that, yeah, peace has no place to reside. And therefore, we ask ourselves, why am I not at peace? मैं शांत क्यों नहीं हूँ? The irony is, we feel I lack something, that's why I'm comparing. मेरा शायद रिश्ता या रिलेशनशिप कंप्लीट नहीं है, इनफ नहीं है, इसीलिए मैं कंपेयर कर रहा हूँ. But whether this or anything else, whenever we compare, it's not because the thing is insufficient. It is because we compare. That's why we start believing that there is some insufficiency. मैं इनकम्प्लीट हूँ, इस वजह से मैं कंपेयर कर रही हूँ. मैं कंपेयर कर रही हूँ, लगातार कर रही हूँ. दैट्स व्हाई आई फील दैट आई एम इनसफिशिएंट. दैट्स व्हाई आई फील दैट देयर इज समथिंग अधूरा, देयर इज समथिंग इनकम्प्लीट इन माय लाइफ. चाहे फिर वो कंपैरिजन खुद का हो, अपने रिश्ते का हो, अपने स्पाउस का हो, किड्स का हो, फैमिली का हो, कलीग्स का हो, वर्क प्लेस का हो, बॉस का हो. Still you will not leave your habit of comparison. You will always feel that something is missing. Something is not just fine. Something is just incomplete. And you have felt that कि when most of the times we feel कि शांति क्यों नहीं है? Why am I not at peace? Let me tell you why. Comparison never comes alone. Comparison with itself brings other negative emotions, emotion of jealousy, criticism, incompleteness, inferiority, comparativeness, and all these negative emotions. See, every emotion occupies space. It does occupy our mental space. और जब इतने negative emotions हैं around our mind, they occupy so much of the space of our mind. Please, where would it go? And that's why we end up asking ourselves and to the people around, I have everything, but why am I not at peace? Because you compare, because of comparison, you feel incomplete. It brings jealousy and everything, and thus peace leaves the mind. And we stand there empty handed. Let me give you a very simple example of comparison. मान लो कि हमने तपती धूप में नंगे पांव वी आर वर्किंग फॉर गेटिंग अ शेल्टर और बहुत मेहनत करके खून पसीना एक करके नाउ वी हैव अर्नड आवरसेल्व्स अ शेल्टर. So now when we have started living in that shelter, we feel उसका शेल्टर ज्यादा अच्छा है, ज्यादा बड़ा है, ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल है. So now we run towards that shelter, and from there to that, from there to another. The only difference we have made is पहले we were running to get a shelter, and now we are running from shelter to shelter. But we still are running, we still are in the race. वो धूप, उससे हम कभी पीछा नहीं छुड़ा पाते. Life, I tell you, it's not very difficult. It's not some rocket science, but बहुत छोटे छोटे से चेंजेस लाने की जरूरत है. क्यों ना हम अपना दायरा थोड़ा सा अपनी तरफ कर लें. Why don't we just limit our area of action, और उस area of action के beyond जो भी है, let's accept that. हाँ, मान लिया ना कि मैं हर चीज में बहुत परफेक्ट नहीं हूँ, या मेरी बहुत सारी चीजें परफेक्ट नहीं है, रिश्ते हो गए या लाइफ हो गई या गाड़ी हो गई, मे बी वो किसी से बेटर है, बट हो सकता है वो किसी से कम भी हो. See, ये अलग अलग पैरेलल चीजें हैं. मुझे सब चाहिए और मुझे खुशी भी चाहिए. काइंड ऑफ हार्ड, almost difficult, almost impossible, I would say. Why not just, you know, have this habit of not comparing ourselves, and just by this small change, we'll set ourselves free. Nothing to be jealous about, nothing to be, competitive about, nothing to compare. Happy, simple life. And that doesn't mean that your quality of life would get low. No, of course not. It will be better than, I bet, 90% of the population. So, yeah, non comparison is the first and the most obvious step which we have to take towards self care, self love, and most of all, self respect. I take the dignity of, like, yeah, I'm not perfect, and it needs courage. And let's have courage, and let's adopt this habit of not comparing.